Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday Night Takeaway Show. Hope you're all keeping well and have managed to survive what we saw earlier on, just about getting through. I will have a couple of other people joining onto the show, but obviously at the moment, as you can see, I've got Fuzzy Gump and I've got Anthony on the show. So, Fuzzy, how are you, mate?
Well, I was a little bit more normal before seeing the England's game, but now I've lost a few brain cells and I'm stuck on a fish trawler with this little guy here.
Good, mate. How are you, Anthony?
Oh, I'm not too bad. Do you know what? After the only thing, do you know what? If England was going to lose tonight and we went out, the only thing that was going to cheer me up was Fuzzy Gump. That was the only thing that was going to literally do the show.
Oh, mate. Let's just say hello to people in the chat first of all while Anthony recovers. Evening, Henry. Evening, Tony. How's you? Always love these chill evenings. Great company and chat. Thank you, mate. Hope you're all well as well.
Yeah.
We're through to qualifying. We don't deserve that. Nothing for 95 minutes, and then Bellingham saves us. The FA have to sack Southgate and not give him another contract. That's the worst part about it, because I think
Henry, thank you.
Suppose they still win him. Supposedly having world-class player. Yeah, well, that's another story. Swiftsby will be loving this. Yeah. Aces, hope you're keeping well. And Hot Fuzz must be a relation to Andrew Murray. Even the usual suspect. Yeah, see, as you said, like, you know, they're doing 1-0 up against Spain at the moment. So they sound like they're all for us. And Forrest Gump. Tony saved. Yeah, like usual. Face of Freddy. You okay there, Ton? Yeah, not too bad at all. Not too bad. Evening. Bristol Rovers tractor. He's off. He's got to get his tractor now, by the looks of it. Hi, Joanne. How's you? Hope you're keeping well.
Gone to look for a can of shrimp.
Got a can of shrimp. Oh, Bubba Herbert. What's different about you? I've took off me Velcro beard that I usually have on.
It's his point or moustache. That's what he took off.
He said, look, you shaved the muff diver.
Tony changes his facial hair like he changes Anthony Herbert's eyebrows every Wednesday.
Changes like the wind.
He does. I second that, but he does.
Everybody said to Joanne, you burnt or sold your Arsenal shirts yet? It's not surprised me Georgia's scoring. I think they will win. Yeah, they did very well against...
They're winning at the moment without actually shooting the ball towards the goal, because there's an own goal.
Yeah,
so they could win this game without actually kicking the ball towards the goal.
Well, let's get it out of the way with first of all. And that, I mean, you know, and people in the chat, what did you make of the great performance from our England team?
It resonates with me as to every reason why Southgate should just get that lifetime contract and just literally, even when he's sat in his grave, right, we'll go to his grave, his headstone, right, and on his headstone he'll have engraved in it the recommended lineups for the England team. So you'll read through that and you'll jot it down, and all of the players, you'll line them up, and you'll still see the same Southgate football. I mean, he might as well have been in the grave. You know, he might as well have been dead, because the amount of time that he sat there, not making any changes, trying to get England like freshened up and get them back into competing with Slovakia, it speaks for itself. The guy got Middlesbrough relegated, and we expect him to go and take a team filled with some of the most attacking, promising talent in the country's history, and put out beyond Dross. We haven't even got to the shite base, and we already know that it extends far beyond. Yeah. So, it's just a matter of, well, for England fans at the very least. It's just a matter of how long does this go on for before we kick that guy to the curb and get somebody who's actually qualified to be a manager. I mean, Jesus Christ, Rishi Sunak wants his cabinet back. Please, England FA, give me my MPs back. You stop borrowing them for the English national team. I need my MPs back. I'm running to retain my position here.
Well, the worst part about it, Fuzzy, I don't know if you heard it from the pundits. They were bigging up Southgate, saying how well he's done with the team, and it's like, well, what's he won? He's won nothing. But you're saying, like, you know, he's done well with the team. But with this campaign,
this is why they're pundits and not managers. Suck it.
yeah, they are. No, I agree with Fuzzy, because to be honest with you, he's been absolutely crap. Southgate, he's been absolutely dreadful as a manager. I mean, we was in the pub watching it, but like, you know, up in my mate's bar watching it, and I got to be honest with you, all he was doing was sat down. I mean, was there a moment in that game that you actually seen that he was actually standing out and shouting out instructions to the team? You know, it felt like to me that he wasn't interested in this game. If we went out tonight, let's say if we lost this game 1-0, I guarantee you he'd have went, we're out now. That'll do me. And seriously, it just literally felt like that for 90 minutes of the game. We were absolutely crap for 90 minutes. And then on the 95th minute, when obviously Jude Bellingham scored that goal, the overhead kick and equalised, I tell you what, it was the beer. I think beer went everywhere, to be honest with you. But and then obviously in extra time, and Harry Kane scored that winning goal in extra time. But I just feel. Did you notice the difference between that team? How the formation was changing? Throughout that game.
It was all over the place.
It was all over the place, and then in the extra time, it actually changed to a 4-5-1 with Harry Kane coming off, and Ivan Toney staying up front on his own. So, do you know what I mean? In all fairness, I mean, I think with Ivan Toney, he put a shift in, but listen, I think we were dross for 90 minutes. Seriously, I thought we were absolutely crapsing, and I'm not going to say, but there was a few words and F-bombs and that being spoken to the TV. Well, being shouted to the TV, I should say. And I mean, his subs, I thought he was actually going to bring on at least 2, maybe 3 subs at half time. Because you hear about it. I mean, you look at what Ian Wright and Boyd Keane said at half time of the game. You know, they weren't happy with it. You know, how Gareth Southgate was, and the way he played, and you know, makes the team play, and you know, and bringing on his subs. He brought his subs on too damn late. I mean, I'm not being funny. Okay, Trippier saved us in that game to stop making it 2-0. But I mean, you look at that; they're taking off. I mean, there are people that says that Saka for Arsenal actually dives and walls around. He's not strong enough. So why would you take a player that plays from the attacking right-hand side and play him at left back? If he's not strong enough, why would you play a player like that in defence? Do you know what I mean? It didn't make sense to me at all. And you know, it was just the stupid tactics that and the substitutions that he was playing. But listen, I think this England, you've got to give this England team a little bit of credit from the 95th minute onwards, because that one Southgate, he wasn't up there, he wasn't telling the team what to do and this, that and the other. It makes you think. I know it went into extra time, but did we see an interview from Gareth Southgate after the game?
No, it was where he came, wasn't it?
No, it was all Harry Kane. So it proves the team to a certain extent. Well, I'm just going on tonight's game too. It proves that the team from the 95th minute onwards, it wasn't all Gareth Southgate. It was that team that done it. And this is how they should be performing in every single game. You know, I mean, I had a score prediction of an England 2-0 win tonight, and that was being kind. And then when we saw that, when Slovakia scored their goal, and then it was from an error from us.
Yeah.
That was literally when that was the centre back's position. States. I think Southgate goes about man marking. It's not just all about man marking. It's about protecting your zone. And there was none of that in that game, to be honest with you. Leading up to when they went 1-0 up. I mean,
Yeah.
I messaged Mr. B, said we're 1-0 down. But do you know what, Tim? In all fair, I'm going to be honest with you. I was pissed when we went 1-0 down. Seriously, I was absolutely fuming. I know this is England, but it's like what I said. I get more fuming than when England's playing than what I do with my own team, Arsenal playing. I mean, put Arsenal aside. I mean, I know that we're managed by an asshole, and then we're looking at teams like this, like England, the England manager, and then I think, well, hang on a second, my manager, like the manager of my country, we're being managed by another asshole. So do you know what I mean? It's
We'll come back to that.
terrible.
We're going to come. I just want to go get some messages out of the way with that, and then we'll come back onto that because there's another thing about that 95th minute I want to talk about as well. Big up OSG, old school gunner. I hope you're doing well, Dave. Don't forget, if you haven't seen his channel, give him a share, like, and subscribe. He lives out in Switzerland, so he ain't too bad. Bellingham saved Southgate. Yeah, he definitely did that. Bellingham is way better than Gareth will be. An US phone call incoming for Southgate. Yeah, it's getting there.
Yeah.
I'll go on to the panel in the chat. Arteta wants Sancho. That's an interesting one. Let him have him.
Not Sancho, it's Rashford. They want Rashford.
No, don't want Rashford. No.
What's it?
No.
Tony's had a shave. Was that me calling you Zach Dingle, Tony? He's been calling me it for 20 weeks.
No, I wouldn't. There's only one Zach Dingle on the show, and that's Steve.
Yeah, we've managed to get 3 Tonys on it.
Yeah, it's the one behind as well.
Yeah.
Leeds United is now sponsored by Red Bull on the jersey. Wow. Pepsi pack evening. I see Tony the Tiger. Got the Mega Kellogg's. He's a greedy bastard, isn't he? So he's got the bigger stuff. He's working up. Wolfie, how we doing, Wolfie? Hope you keeping well, mate. Big up, Genty saying.
Yeah, that's Wolfie.
Southgate needs to piss off. Yeah, I mean it's not great in that respects. Smash the likes for the fellas. Thank you, matey, and obviously make sure, guys, if you haven't, go over to Wolfgang Division. Show him a bit of love and respect as well. England used to ourselves in charge, cutting of Southgate and Sunak. 100%. 100%. Respect to the chat. I mean, obviously, that 95th minute you was on about there, Anthony. I mean, the thing is, when you look at it, in certain respects, would you think that Slovenia was actually kind of defending more than anything else, which allowed England to come forward? Because if you look at it, they defended very well. Aerial challenges, they were winning most of the balls. Anything that was coming through, they basically kind of dealt with. I think, obviously, sitting back as much as they did, trying to protect that 1-0 lead is obviously cost them in certain respects. But one thing I didn't like seeing from our lot, I mean, don't get me wrong, yes, it's nice to win a game, but the over-celebrating when you think yourself, what you've done in that game, and you're kind of, celebrating, we've done so well.
Yeah.
I
know. It's like what I always said to them. You look at our players and the players that I will say it like this time, the players we got on paper compared to the players that Slovakia got on paper, it weighs up. This is England, this is Slovakia in the end of the day. And it just annoyed me because it felt like that they were playing the better football. It's like what you said, they were defending, but in all fairness, it did look like they was going to win. But when we equalised in the 95th minute through Jude Bellingham, you can tell the momentum of it just literally went out of them. But you've got to give this Slovakia team, you've got to give them credit for how far they've gone into the Euros and what they've played, including tonight. They played really well, and it's just in all fairness, even though we won, but does it make you think that the wrong team went the wrong team went through at the end of the day to go on and play against Switzerland in the quarterfinals.
I
Because
do
for
feel
me,
sorry for Slovakia.
Mm.
Genuine
Yeah.
remorse for them.
yeah, because in all fairness, I'm not being funny. Even though it's nice to see your country to win to go through into the quarterfinals into the next round, they played the better football.
Yeah.
And you know, for literally 90 minutes, we weren't in that game at all in 90 minutes. You know, and I was getting messages like, "Oh, are you all right?" You know, and I'm thinking, "Yeah, you know, of course I am." But I know what I'm like when it comes to England. You know, and you know, on the Man United agenda, I had a bit of a rant on there, sort of thing. You know, on the last show, but it was just you could see the errors what was in that England game, not just tonight, but literally for the start of the campaign when we played our first game, leading up to this game. You know the errors that's being played in that game. The formation is wrong. The tactics is wrong. The balance, like what I said, is not there. So against Switzerland, Gareth Southgate has got to sort this out. But it makes you think. Now we've gone into the round of 16. Yeah. We're only expecting against Switzerland. We're only expecting that certain one change in the team,
Which seems to be the norm, doesn't it? I mean, like, you know,
Yeah.
okay, because going back to that, did you feel when you see the squad and you see there was only one change made, it was a case of like, okay, Mainu was the one we was calling out for to go into the area, but one change? Seriously?
One-
You know, when we
exactly.
knew it was crying out for Palmer or Gordon, a change up top. I mean, no, right, fair enough. Harry Kane got a goal at long last, but if you look at it, the funny part about it, Watkins and Tony, they've both come into the games, all right, later subs, but they both had an impact. That's the
Exactly.
difference, you know. And whereas it was just by fortune, and if you think about it, it was Tony that actually set up the goal. He got the free kick for the ball to be delivered over, for them to header it across, and then to Kane to score.
Yeah.
So.
It was just poor. I mean, you look at the chances that Harry Kane had in that game. After the game, you know, he missed kicking and trying to get on the end of it. And there was a chance that he had in the 18-yard box. And he literally just scuffed it. And it's like, blimey, what were you doing? And I'm shouting at the TV, get him off. I am, you know, saying the truth. And I think to myself, you know, against Switzerland, I think, don't get me wrong, Switzerland, we've got them in the next round, and they've been fantastic. And also our ex-player, Granit Xhaka, he's had a fantastic tournament, as far as I'm concerned, you know. But, you know, Gareth Southgate has actually got to watch the videos of the Switzerland team playing. I mean, look at the goals he scored against Italy. 2 world-class goals. Let's be honest. I mean, we're up against that. If he doesn't change this team round completely, I'm not talking about just the players. I'm talking about the formation as well. Because the 4-2-3-1, it doesn't suit England. Honestly, so it doesn't suit it at all.
No.
So he's got to go back to the basics of when he first was the manager. 4-3-3. If we're going to do anything, you know, and then go on to the semis, because it looks like from the first game now up to the quarterfinals, England, we've had it easy. Let's be honest, we've had it easy with the teams that we've been playing against. So,
Yeah.
you know, we need to have our mindset. But just to me, it looked like Southgate wasn't interested today. He wasn't worried if we were going to lose or if we were going to win. That was why I went like that and said, right, that's it. Yeah, we're lost. We're out of it. Let's go in. So, but it makes you think. I know Declan Rice was a bit poor today, which he was.
Nearly conceded for a 2-0.
Exactly. I mean, he did have that. He hit the post as well. The only time that I felt sorry for Gareth Southgate was when their manager actually shoved him after the full-time whistle.
What's that all about?
I don't know what that was all about, but, you know, I thought to myself, if that was me, most probably, I most probably would have ended up slapping the other manager, to be honest with you. And I would have. I know I would have. But yeah, he kept his cool. But did you notice it was Ramsdale that came over to calm the situation down to get
Yeah,
Rice
yeah,
out the
yeah.
way of the equation. So there was that as well. But
You know, of
I
course.
mean,
Your cousin's on, by the way, isn't he?
was a other evening because all right, big up Rosal. But yeah, it was tense. That game, I think that was the worst game that we were very tense. We felt that because it felt like we were going to lose and we were going to go out the competition any minute until obviously Jude Bellingham steps up and scored the goal. So
Spain's just
it
equalised, by the way.
yeah. So I'm
Ooh.
glad that Bellingham was at the right place at the right time.
He was. I mean, like, again, bit of a mixed performance from him as well. He did okay, but evening King McKill.
We got terms.
But the goal, took the goal well. You got to credit that.
Yeah.
He did take the goal well. I mean, yeah, you say we've had an easy run in, but we've just made hard work of it all the way along.
We have. Yeah. It's just a balance tone. I don't think the balance is right in that England team. I mean, I know it's nice to play world-class players to start off with. I'll be honest with you. I mean, when everybody was cheering, even I was cheering when Palmer come on. But I personally, when Palmer come on, I personally didn't think he did anything.
He started off all right, but then as
Yeah,
the game went on and that, he just kind of went into a shell, didn't he?
Yeah, and it was just basically, it was literally shouting at the telly screen like, "Get that ball in the box." We need that ball in the box, and I think it came at the right place at the right time. But I can't give Gareth Southgate credit for that. I can't. Seriously, I can't at all. That was an action. It was out of the blue an England performance that we didn't expect. That's the only way I could sum this game up tonight. So that's it, really.
I mean, Fuzzy, what did you make of the game? And did you feel like we'd done enough?
I suppose the biggest comparison, if I were to make one, you could take it back to Man United under Rolly. Moments FC. You take the individual quality of a player and they produce a special moment. The fundamentals of the rest of the game and what the team is based upon is just non-existent. There's no idea. There's no plan. There's no real understanding as to what you have to do as a collective to win. And the fact that it's quite painfully obvious is what we say about the balance of a team, but no one actually is on the same wavelength. These players are trying to play different styles of football and mishmash it all together. That's never worked in the history of football, ever. Everyone's got to do the same thing, read from the same hymn sheet, and push yourself to an individual standpoint and make sacrifices for your teammates, because that's the fundamentals for one team to outperform the other. One's got to give more and want it more. And England, even England, if they want it, the fact is that it can be so clueless and no real idea, even with that team performing, like players really pushing themselves. The tactical aptitude is just not there. They haven't got a system in place to understand by law of second nature. It doesn't come to them naturally. So they're probably mentally working overtime whilst the physical side of it doesn't keep up, because nobody actually really understands what each role is. Henceforth, the Trent experiment in midfield. Trent was sat there like, but what the fuck am I doing here? If anything, and I did hear this on another stream, probably the better place for Trent to be is out right midfielder, and then have the centre occupied by other players.
Yeah.
He can't really defend, but he's got some mean outlet, so stick him in a more attacking sense. If you're playing in a attacking capacity without really needing that much work defensively, okay, sub Kyle Walker off and stick Trent on there, because he's going to be spending more time around the area of the box. Why didn't you think about that? And that's exactly what this is. It's with Gareth Southgate, is that he's not really. Whether you say he makes good decisions or bad decisions, I like to say, well, in the act of a coward, you don't make good or bad decisions. You make no decisions. And that was quite apparent for large areas of that game. We made one substitution in the time that Slovakia made about 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're actively working, trying to, keep the game alive for them with, trying to keep hold of that lead. England are just we're just chasing shadows at that point.
Well, this is it. I think Ezzy, was it 88th minute he came on? 3 minutes to go?
Yeah.
It was quite out for a subs earlier. But
I do think that in the sense that if I were to give a second point to calling Southgate a coward manager, is that he's got no pull over that team. Why is Harry Kane playing in the number 9 position half the time, playing at central defensive midfield? What are you doing? That guy, the clear tactical instruction to Kane is you stay on the shoulder and in the goal scoring areas. Your job is to score goals. That's why they call you a goal scorer. That's why the term goal scorer is used in football, because you sit around the box. It's like Louis van Gaal, the single piece of advice that he gave to Marcus Rashford that got him onto a good goal scoring run was always positioning yourself within the width of the 18-yard. I think it's the 6-yard.
Mm-hmm.
6-yard box. Stay within the width there,
and
just maneuver within that space. Because you never push too far, too wide, and you'll never really get into a position where you're not a vivid goal threat.
No, exactly. So you hang around, basically around the pen spot. You kind of hover around there as a forward, and then you're looking to trigger your instincts. Face Freddy saying here, we've had 4 games, same shit after 90 minutes. England looked good, but too little, too late. And this is the thing. I mean, funny for you saying about Southgate not have much influence. I don't know if you saw when it come to the extra time, the half time. He's trying to say something, and Walker just literally walked past him and completely ignored him, then turned around and just to say, "Oh yeah, I've acknowledged you, boss." So that just shows what the influence he'd actually had. As Usual Suspect saying, "Yeah, Southgate used his 9 lives up in that game."
He's like the substitute teacher in a rowdy class. No one cares that you're there, mate. No one cares. They'll just carry on talking to each other. You'll just be like that annoying fly that buzzes around a room. People can hear you, but
is that our problem though? Is it because obviously you got to think these players get paid mega bucks? Is it their attitude of they're untouchable because obviously they get paid millions compared to you said like Slovakia, Slovenia, all we've played, they actually play for their country. Can you really say our players actually play for the country this day, or is it just a case of they turn up because they know they're getting paid for playing that game?
Well, it can vary. I do think that there's a lot of players that in this country, and it is a national problem over mindsets. Like people just far and wide in all walks of life in the UK, everyone's got some sort of mindset problem in all areas. And, football's just another one of them. Like there's this fundamental that if you're paid as much money as you are and you're put on a pedestal, that there's zero accountability to you coming off the pedestal. Because once you're put there by the English public, that's it. Unless you do something that's unforgivable, hey, maybe you do a Mason Greenwood Part 2. Then that's when you'll get taken off a pedestal. But until that happens, you're golden. You're like a golden statue. They'll polish you whenever you feature on the front pages. You'll be the star boy. They'll keep you there. They'll keep you in the spotlight. And that's what doesn't happen in any other culture. If you are somebody that is at that position, at that stage in your life, your career, the accountability is through the roof, absolutely through the roof. And if you let yourself down, well, if you're in that position, if you let anybody else down, you're letting yourself down in the process. And that's when you are expected to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I have to be doing better here. But that's exactly what this English national team is. You just don't get punished. Man United squad was having it this season. That culture is going out the door. Yeah, you've got to have accountability. And these players in this culture, in this mindset, that England setup does not hold those players accountable. And that's the FA's fault. You put a really soft setup. I mean, what is it? A bloody diary room. Get the floaties out, Gareth. Get the pool floaties out. Why? Why aren't they not busting their asses and being humble and down to earth and realising, hold on a second, we're playing some of the worst football out of everybody in this tournament. We nearly got beaten by a country that's a population of about 2 million or something. Like, how has that happened? It's the same grade of problems as we had against Iceland under Roy Hodgson, but that was with a worse team.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
There's so many issues about England, this setup, and just this game and performance. It just encapsulates everything into one. And you know what more can be said? That setup, the whole FA, right the way throughout, is not set up to get the best.
No. Well, as they say here, like Sam Allardyce saying, you know, England performance was shambolic. And, Southgate tactics coming to United soon. They're still open for that,
No
mate.
chance.
I hope so.
It's
Pepsi saying some of the music acts at Glastonbury are truly awful. You know, it's all about with these places now. It's all about money and getting yourself into Glastonbury.
Those musicians have got no accountability.
In all fairness, you say about Glastonbury, did you see it when Coldplay was on there and they had Michael J. Fox? And I felt so sorry for him. Like, obviously, if you watch, like, you know, going back to when he was in like a movie star, like in Back to the Future films, he was actually in a wheelchair playing the guitar, wasn't he? So, you know, but listen, it was nice to see. Well, you know, it's nice to see somebody like that. You know.
Because I don't know if you ever saw him and what's his name? What's the bloke who played Emmett Brown? Christopher Lloyd, isn't it? That's it.
Yeah.
When they did a kind of reenactment of, you know, and there they are, the pair of them. He looked ancient as anything, and he said it's Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, that's right. Fud, that's it. If Early Doors had a great wig coming around, he could be a Doc Brown. That's it.
Fuzzy
getting ready for Wimbledon tomorrow.
Yeah, good.
No, he's Fuzzy Gump. Do you know what, Tim? I mean, going back on the reflection of the night tonight's game, I never known a referee to actually be so happy producing lots of cards, yellow cards throughout the game. You know, I mean, there was.
He's a disciplinarian. He's renowned for it.
Yeah, and I mean, there was tackles going in. I mean, we've had tackles in on Declan Rice. There was Trippier as well. There's a few of our players, and you know, I mean, with their team as well. Obviously, you know, Slovakia putting in the tackles. There were times where you feel like, bloody hell, when you actually see the replay, you think that's surely got to be a yellow card. You know, but it always seems like you notice through these campaigns, whether it's the Euros or the World Cup, it always seems to be England, you know. And I mean, you look at that mistake when they had when they crossed the ball in. I mean, at the time, in the extra time period, there was 2 bloody balls on the pitch. One of them kicked the ball off, and he carried on playing with the other ball.
That should be a retake straight away.
Exactly. So it just makes you think. Sometimes it always seems to be against England. I don't want to say that like my opinion, my views of what I think it is, but I mean, whether I didn't know whether to. To me, I just see the one word thing: politics. That's all I can turn around and say again for that. But it just always seems that everything's against England at the minute, doesn't it? I mean,
no, true.
we'll notice that now later on throughout the stages. The quarterfinals. If we do beat Switzerland and go on to the semis, you're going to see a wrong decisions. Going towards England's side. So.
We've seen that most of this campaign with England at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back to a question with what Henry's asked, but I'm going to go with some of these because yesterday, Dortmund Waterfalls outdone Old Trafford last night. Did you see the heavens open up in that game?
Oh my God! Yeah.
Wow. First of all, there's people saying, it's only rain. Why'd you get on with that? But when it started hammering down, and that bit in the corner of the stadium where you had them two fans just getting their own personal shower, just their personal shower, and absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised I didn't see Fuzzy there with a bar of soap giving out all this. Like, do you know what I mean? God, this beats Old Trafford.
Ace's comment there. I mean, I quickly flashed it up and that. I mean, obviously, I think most people will be lucky if you get something like that going on. Have Arsenal done any business yet?
To see Ace's comment.
No, we haven't really done any business not yet. It's all these rumours and speculate. We're interested in this player, that player, and if you add it all up, I think Arsenal's been interested in about literally a whole squad, about 10, 11 players, but we've literally signed nobody. So, it's just one of those. We're really slow starting off, and the players that we should be going for, we won't get. Instead of going for option A, we'll actually settle for option B. That's typical Arsenal.
Seems like it, because obviously we're in a similar position as well. Lone Star saying, forget the ref, we were completely pants. You're being polite, mate, was absolutely, well, there's a few words we can say. And we're lucky to be through, I think, in that respects. Still go back to Henry's one, though, because obviously this has finally happened. Because 1 minute he was going to be coming back, and now it's done. We've said Benrahma has now joined Lyon for apparently it was an undisclosed fee, but they're saying obviously 13 million. Take that. So he's finally gone, but now we definitely have to replace the left-hand side.
Yeah, definitely. But you know what, Tim? You said it, and I said it on them. Whether it's been on this show or whether it's been on the good, the bad, the ugly, about I mean, to be honest with you, you're weak up front, you're weak on the left, and also you need a couple of defenders. So, in all fairness, if you can't get 4 players this season, a centre back, a left wing, and a striker, this is. I mean, not being funny. I'm not even a West Ham fan, but I can see that you're crying out for these positions. If I'm right, so do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's true. Don't worry, you're not alone. Liverpool FC haven't done either. Gordon is a 40. Yeah, because apparently there's talks about Gordon going to Liverpool, wasn't there? But that never materialised.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get Victor. I don't know.
Well, I literally read today that do you know Anthony Gordon from Newcastle? Apparently it was somebody threw a spanners in the works of that one. Apparently he wanted to go to his team who he loves and who he supports with Liverpool, but for some reason the transfer got somebody threw a spanner in the works for that one, so it looks like he's been staying at Newcastle.
Yeah, it's like the kid that was going to go and join Brentford. Apparently he did his medical and then Leeds retracted the sale.
Yeah.
Was it 40 million or something like that? 38, 40 million pound?
It's something like that, yeah. I think is that with add-on in sort of wages as well?
I think it will, yeah. That's so. To have have the player doing a medical, normally that means it's on the way through being put through, but to suddenly pull out, unless they're looking for bigger money. Edu spent transfer budget at Royal Ascot and buying horse for Win the Dog.
Yeah.
Arteta's army on the march. Well,
Well, I don't know about that.
Last I was saying, to be fair, Rice played very well today. He had a better game. Did have a better game. Apart from that dodgy pass he did, which was very fortunate because if it was in the right area, Pickford was well beat for that one.
Exactly. Yeah.
Evening, Mama Flossie. Hope you're well. Thanks
Big
for
up,
coming
Mama.
Yes, Mama.
in. As everybody's saying, here's the lady of the hour, Mama. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Switzerland the next round, then, isn't it? By the looks of it.
Yeah. I mean, you can't fault Switzerland. And Fuzzy, yeah, if you'd like to sing a bit louder, go on.
Football's going home. We're going home. We're going home. We're going. There you go. There's the lyrics.
Yeah.
Selling in stores, merchandise stores.
Actually,
far and
seems
wide.
like it to where we're coming in. But
Swiss cheese.
I mean, you can't fault Switzerland. I mean, the ex-Arsenal player, Granit Xhaka, I think, personally, to me, I think he's had a brilliant tournament. You know, I mean, when you look back on the games that Switzerland have played in, you know, he's actually put a shift in. I personally think when I looking at the games that I've watched from Switzerland, he's actually covered most of like 90% of the area of the pitch. So you know, he's been absolutely fantastic, and
I think he's carried on from his Leverkusen form, isn't he? If you look
he has. He has. It makes me think now with Arsenal. I mean, obviously we had Thomas Partey out pretty much throughout last season, and we had Jorginho come in, you know, and doing the work there alongside Declan Rice and Odegaard. But it makes me think.
Let me just interrupt you because he's been down the pub. He's probably had a few. Let's see if he's going to hear it in his speaking. We're welcoming Mr. B. Good evening, sir.
Yes, Mr. B.
Mr. B.
Rookie mistake. Yeah, see, rookie mistake. We can't hear
He's
you.
done a mistake already.
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Rookie mistake. See, he's been down the boozer. He's had a few skinfuls and that, and rookie mistake. That's it.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
That's it. Done. You know. Get back on again, mister.
Sorry, man. Sorry about the timekeeping, man. The extra time kept me away. How we doing, Fuzzy Gump?
We're doing good. Stuck on my fish trawler. Cans of shrimp everywhere. There it is.
What's happening, man? How we doing, gents? Sorry about my timekeeping, man.
No, it's fine.
I'm not too bad, Mr. B. Fuzzy Gump. Fucking hell. Mr. B.
Pepsi Pack said, "Who called him Trevor Nelson the other night? That was hilarious."
Oh, that was that Arsenal Manic?
I don't think so. Yeah, it was
It
Arsenal
was
Manic.
Arsenal Manic. Yeah, it was. Yeah. But I mean, be honest with you, I was messaging Mr. B throughout the Mr. B. I sent you a couple of messages to game for today throughout the game, and oh god, do you know what? When we went 1-0 down, I was pissed. Seriously, I was that pissed off. I messaged Mr. B. I said, "Mr. B, we're 1-0 down. I'm pissed already." And he was there. He's like saying, "Calm down." It was like the emojis he was sending me. And but yeah, oh Jesus. I listen. I'm glad we've won. We're through to the quarterfinals, but it's going to be a hard game against Switzerland. You know, that's a fact.
I mean, Mr. B, we've had our input about the game. Let's hear your input on the England game.
He's on mute, Mr. B. You're on mute. You're on mute.
What is wrong with this? Can you hear me now? Yeah.
I can hear you now,
yeah,
yes.
I can hear you now. He's had too many baby shams. That's what it is. Yeah.
The performance wasn't a surprise. I'll be honest. If he's only changing one player when we all knew there was a couple of players that needed changing, it wasn't a surprise. It was bad how bad they played, granted, but it's not a surprise to me. The team's still unbalanced, and then they're going to go into the next game. I mean, they brought Shaw out there, and they didn't even give him 4 minutes. They ended up playing Saka at left back. So I think that part of it, I think is mismanaged. Look, I'm a United fan, you can tell. So I'm more worried about the state he's going to come back when he spent the whole of the summer trying to get fit for England He's going to get 3 weeks off because he went to the tournament, although he didn't kick a ball. And I'm wondering if he's even going to play the next game. Are they going to trust him to play the next game?
You know, I know they say for the Arsenal kind of thing, in Arteta we trust, but can we actually trust Southgate? No. No. We've seen it in these last couple of games. As Anthony said earlier on, one change in every single game when we've started.
And the subs were so late today. Even the subs that came on, Palmer made a difference when he came on, so that's twice. He's actually made a difference when he's come on. But the time that they gave him, he gave Tony 2 minutes. All right, he made the difference in the 2 minutes. Bloody hell, fair play to him. But these are changes that maybe could have been done a little bit earlier. I mean, the Slovakian team made 4 changes, didn't they? Before England made theirs.
Fuzzy said it's 5 changes. Yeah, 5 changes.
Was it 5? Bloody hell.
5. I mean, we made the one, didn't we? With obviously Saka going into left back when he took Trippier off and he put on Palmer. And you're like, well, hang on a second, we've only put on 1 sub. You know, and it was going out, and then when it got to like the 85th minute, and then we brought on Eze, and then it was like Anthony and that, and then you've seen the change. I mean, to be honest with you, Mr. B, this is what I'm going to say in the next show as well. We were absolutely crap for 90 minutes. It wasn't until the 95th minute we actually came alive in the game. Well, obviously when we scored that goal from Bellingham, it was 1-1. And then obviously going into the extra time in that as well. But I'll be honest with you, within that 90 minutes of the game, you can actually see, I've been actually shouting it out, and I can't believe this, that I'm actually saying this about a Man United player. But Mainoo, he did make a difference within that midfield. And I've been saying it on your show, I've been saying it on our show as well. Play Mainoo. And look, it did work out, sort of thing. I mean, he had that perfect chance to score when he literally just went over the bar. But I mean, in all fairness, within 90 minutes, Mainoo was our best player, in my opinion. He was.
Totally agree with that. I mean, in the end, the changes made a difference, but it should have been done earlier, you know. And this is the thing: everyone knew what should have been done, apart from Southgate. You know, at 65th minute. That's when you should be making your changes to make some impact at least. But to leave it till the 88th minute and things like it on the 85th minute, how can a player really make an impact? I mean, Palmer, he started off all right, but he kind of, unfortunately, become part of that team from the first half or that whole game, and he kind of went into a nutshell a little bit. But other than that, Kane should have been hocked off ages ago because there was nothing coming out from him apart from when the goal. You can't, but it's the way him and Bellingham celebrated afterwards. It's like you've done nothing in this game, and you're kind of It's like, what the?
Exactly.
How can you be bigging yourself up in that when everyone's booing the shit out of you at that point, and you're kind of No, sorry, that's not for me.
No.
Mr. B, I'm the new English manager.
Well, you do better than Southgate.
Yeah. Rice was our best player, and Tony did well. Tony did well, like I said. He gave away he got the free kick to get the ball crossed into the box, which he then headed across back into the goal for Kane to score. So again, he actually proved he could do something. I mean, he was lucky to get the free kick in the first place. I thought it was a bit cheap the way he fell on the floor, but that's another thing altogether. Stephanie Griffiths, big up Anthony, Tony, Fuzzy, and Mr. B. Big up to yourself.
Stephanie.
Thank you very much. But the referee, he does like a yellow card.
Wow.
Oh, he was card happy, wasn't he? He was literally card happy. I thought there was times where he actually needed to put the Slovakian players, but it felt like to start off with he was being a bit biased. Towards the Slovakia team, and I'm not being funny, but I will say it. And I was literally cussing. I was literally shouting at the telly. I mean, it was we got a thing over here where you can watch the England games, where everybody could sit down on a bench. They could watch they got the massive screen with it. It's just for the England games only, and they're shouting. There was more atmosphere in our small little bar where we was watching than what it was over there. I'll be honest with you, it was like Old Trafford. It was like a library. I'm not being funny, but honest to God, it's like, can we hear any shouting over it? No, there's more shouting over. And there was like literally, well, there was two of us. There was me and my mate up the road. Because I said we turned this shed into a bar.
Yeah.
We've done that, and I was watching the game up there, and I mean, God, we were non-stop shouting at the game, cussing at the
Evening,
England
Jez.
players. So big up, Jez. And then to be honest with you, it was out of the blue, that Bellingham's goal, that overhead kick, and being at the right place at the right time to get that goal, was fantastic. Literally just to push us in. To the extra time stages, and then it was like, we scored a goal within was it like a minute and a half in the extra time. So obviously Harry Kane, but it's like what I said, they were all four in the 90 minutes. They were, and how they played in the extra time, this was how we wanted them to play in the 90 minutes. But it proves that with the substitutions, what Gareth Southgate does, he's still a prick, mind you. He's not a good manager, right? So, it's like what I said, it needed that. What team that was at extra time? I want that team playing, against Switzerland within the 90 minutes.
But then he'll have to play 3-5-2 because I'm sure that's what he went to at the end, wasn't it?
That was what he went with. And then Harry Kane came. I think Harry Kane came off, and Ivan Toney was up front on his own. So it went for a 4-2-3-1 to a 3-5-2, then to a 4-5-1. So it went weird.
Let me just go on to Lone Star thing. Don't be daft. Any team is entitled to celebrate scoring a basketball kick with 36. Don't get me wrong. It's a fair enough comment. It's just the fact of you've also kind of have that realization that he didn't exactly play well, and in certain respects, as much as you want to celebrate,
has he played well? Do you think he's played well in the tournament? I don't. He's just scored 2 goals. I don't think he's played well at all. No. I know it's only 2 goals. That sounds stupid, but considering he's supposed to be this Ballon d'Or nominated central midfielder. I don't think he's had a good tournament at all.
No, I don't know.
No.
Ain't even the best midfielder at Real Madrid either, from a technical standpoint. So, Ballon d'Or can, that talk can
hype.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Because Georgia almost scored a second goal there from nearly beat the keeper, very similar to the Rice situation. But then Spain went up the other end, and now it's 2-1 to Spain. But just saying, like each other on that one.
But we've actually said it that the underdogs have done well in this competition. So.
No, it's true. I mean, like as I said earlier on, though, Anthony, I think for me, I look at it on both sides. Even though the changes he made in the extra time, and it's the fact of, as I said, 1-0 down. Slovenia was just basically, defending for their skin, their lives at the end of the day. Other than that, it's only because of that we kind of managed to do something. But we needed them changes much more earlier in the game. Put it to bed earlier. But unfortunately, as we know, Southgate hasn't got the balls to make these changes.
No.
I was saying earlier when you went off air, Anthony, I don't know if you saw the bit, because Fuzzy made the point of saying that Southgate got any kind of real clout with these players, because half-time in extra time, he's trying to say something to people and no one's really listening. When Walker breezed past him as if he wasn't there, and it's only because he looked around to say, like, oh, yeah, I did hear you, boss, but not good. Not good.
Yeah.
So does that mean...
their goal to me, Sebastian's goal, it was a defensive error. Because, don't get me wrong. We're missing the centre-back, the Crystal Palace centre-back, Gooey. Now, he's out for the next game because of the yellow card that he's got. So, do you know what I mean? So, it's knowing who's going to fill in that centre-back's position. Do you know what? It won't surprise me. I actually said this. I said, in the next game against Switzerland, I reckon you're going to see Shaw from Man United playing left-back. And I said, it won't surprise me if you play bloody Trippier centre-back. I don't know why. But, it's going to be something stupid along those lines. It's going to be a stupid Gareth Southgate tactical decision. That's what it's going to be.
Who would you have for
Mr.
defenders?
B, he loves it, doesn't he? He loves it, Mr. B. He's a wanker. I love you, Mr. B. You know,
I just like hearing you cuss, Anthony. Whether
I
it's
know.
Arsenal, whether it's England, I just sit down here, mate. I just wind you up and let you go, bruv. Because
You can watch me all day, couldn't you? On a run. You seriously, you
Yeah.
could. Yeah.
More the reason to make your own channel. People
Do you-
watch you all day long.
there you go.
Yeah.
The Herbert hour. 59 minutes of swearing. Arsenal,
Yeah.
Southgate, England. Process.
Process.
Trust it.
Put Arteta in that because as well, Mr. B.
See his face ready says there, look, you know, drop Kane.
Yeah. I mean,
Does he-
didn't it?
He's off
It
the
worked
pace.
brilliant.
You know, you know, when he got the ball, he didn't really do much with it. Apart from the header, that was really it. I think the other shot was too wide.
Yeah. I mean,
But-
look at the times, the amount of chances he had in that 18-yard box and literally just scuffed them. You know, I was getting wound up and, you know, watching him do that. And I'm literally shouting at the telly, get him off, get him off, get him off. I just don't think he's good now. I just think he's gone past it now, Harry King. Personally, this is my opinion. I'm not expecting all of you to agree with me or the people in the chat, but I just
Okay,
think to a certain extent, Harry King's been a little bit poor in this throughout this campaign. Mr. B has said it, even though he's got 2 goals and Jude Bellingham's got 2 goals, but I mean, he literally has stood out for you in this campaign for England. You know, 4 games into it. I mean, it'd be 5 in the next one against Switzerland. I mean, nobody's really stood out for me at all in this England team.
No, exactly.
No.
I watched that crap, mate. Yeah, so Jez was watching that with Yeti earlier on. It was dreadful. Yeah, it was a dreadful game. Zavi. Yeah, exactly. Doesn't fit in that team. No movement. Too old. But you know, it was still picking. It was still picking regardless.
Unless he's injured, he's going to play.
Taking too many liberties, that guy's on the pitch. The guy's practically trying to fill in as some CDM on the pitch. Like, he's meant to be the opposite end of the pitch. He's trying to have conversations with Jordan Pickford whilst the game's going on. Like, mate, go up that end. You're meant to be scoring goals, not trying to get passing stats up. It's like Wayne Rooney in the latter stage of his career. He's just sort of gradually drops deeper and deeper until we start him in midfield.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest, lads. Let's bring out after this campaign. Let's bring out Gareth Southgate. You know, he's got to go. Let's bring in
Joe
Fuzzy Johnson.
Biden's had a
Let's see
better
what he can
rerun
do.
campaign than Southgate's had as an England manager. His campaign's been disastrous.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Asa says here, Xhaka will play like Prime Lampard against England.
Oh, yeah.
Freuler as well, right next to him.
Exactly.
Yes,
Granit Xhaka,
He's-
ex-Arsenal
he's-
player.
Freuler as well.
You know, he's had a good campaign, Granit Xhaka. We said this before Mr. B come on. You know, and you know, I mean, he's actually literally covered 90% of the area of the pitch.
Mm.
You know, obviously because he's that box to box midfielder that you need, and he's proved that within the Switzerland team. And I mean, look how they played. I mean, look at the goals they scored against Italy to knock them out. You know, two world class goals. You know, so literally, I mean, everybody goes on about dark horses. Let's say about this one, you know, with Switzerland, because this is going to be the hardest team now that we're going to be up against Switzerland in the next round. And you look at the teams we've played against from the Euros now up to Switzerland. We've had it so easily. You know, the luck of the draws and this and that, the way the games have gone throughout this competition. You know, the campaign. So. You know, I'm just dreading if we do beat Switzerland, you know, and go on to the semi-finals. It makes you think who we're going to get in that semi-finals. You know, I tipped England. I didn't know they were going to play this bad in the campaign, but I tipped us for the semi-finals You know, Germany, Spain, England, and I think France. They were my four semi-finalists in this competition. So, you know,
Interesting. Well, as Lone Star saying here, we're too cautious and slow with the ball. Need to move the ball quicker. There was too much backwards, sideways with the ball, and especially when the time was running out as well. You need to be pushing forward to actually get an equaliser and actually win the game, but weren't seeing any of that from. And the only thing I saw Southgate get excited about was when I think there was a foul, and nothing was given, and he went up to the fourth official. I think that's the only time I saw him get animated. That was it.
It's like that clip of Jose Mourinho where he sat down having a laugh with his assistant. His assistant's just like, he's given a foul for that, right? He's given a book for that. And Mourinho's just like, seriously? And goes sprinting up to him.
No, it's true. Yeah, even I've seen it. It was like, I don't know, it was like Pavarotti running after a custard slice. It was like, bloody hell, he's actually done something in this game. He didn't. He's not the one that actually stands up and like trying to shout out to his team, giving instructions, this, that. You stay back, let these go forward. There was none of that at all with Gareth Southgate throughout this competition. He sits back, but then again, what do you expect with a manager that took Middlesbrough to 12, 13, and then relegated? So it was wrong. I'm hoping, in all fairness, that this is his last campaign. There is talks that he's actually signed another contract. I don't know whether that's true.
I don't think he won't sign another one. If he wins it, he walks away with his held high. If he gets to anything other than the final, then they'll hound him out anyway. So I think whichever way he does, he'll be gone.
Yeah. So who do you reckon, Mr. B? Do you reckon Eddie Howe from Newcastle? Is that the next man for England, or
Potter? Potter ain't got a job.
That's true.
They seem to think he's in high esteem. England managers, technically, English managers tend to not turn down the job. But Eddie Howe isn't even part way through the process at Newcastle. He wins them a trophy. He goes down his legendary status for Newcastle. So it's what he supposes is what he wants, isn't it? I don't think he's good enough to be England manager, but there's only two of them out there, Eddie Howe and Potter. So
the thing with Howe, like you said, I mean, considering last season most of that team was injured, the owners have stuck with him. So if they're going to back him in this campaign, then we might see a little bit different. But if it doesn't go well for Newcastle, then there's a possibility. But he just said, Mr. B, it's Potter who's ready and available. I don't know if you saw, De Zerbi has finally joined Marseille as well.
Yeah, he wants Greenwood, doesn't
he? Yeah. So let's
get that money out.
Belated good evening. Welcome, Master Manic. Hope you're doing well. Ace Swiss Toblerone. Now, be careful what you say, Lance, about Biden. He's the best person for America. Oof. Well, that's if you can remember himself. Biden was awful in the campaign against Trump.
Either which way you look at it, America is screwed. Absolutely screwed.
I said, oh no, what have you done? It's not November, now an Easter egg. Yeah, I don't look too bad for an Easter egg. England would either play Holland or Austria versus Turkey in the semi-final.
Austria beat England.
I think most
of them, at the moment.
I mean, you look at it. I mean, Brackett Ralph, for Austria, the ex-Man United manager. I mean, he was the one that we used to give him stick when he used to play the 4-2-2-2 formation. Now, if you notice, within the campaign in Austria, they was actually playing that formation in the group stages. So, do you know what I mean? Whether he's obviously, I mean, you don't want to. Why fix something is not broken? So, with that 4-2-2-2 formation, he's going to bring that into the obviously into the round of 16. So, fair shout to him. He's done really well from Austria as well.
Just want to go on this comment. This one for you, for Anthony. Arsenal Manic saying Saka has been so underwhelming for a long time now. I think we all know that. He doesn't take chances. He doesn't take players on enough for my liking. Is his confidence gone?
I think his confidence. when I see his confidence is gone, he's playing too many games. You know, he's literally played every game last season for Arsenal. He's played every game this season for, you know, obviously in this campaign in the Euros as well. I mean, the guy's so young. I mean, he's 22 years of age. He just literally, he sort of like needs a rest. But I mean, a player like him, I mean, for England, who's going to be on? Who could you play on the right there for England?
Palmer.
I mean,
Palmer,
could you switch?
Bowen,
Could you, Bowen, exactly.
Gordon.
I mean,
there's a few players that come to mind.
Exactly.
Not,
Palmer's
So,
never
not being
start.
funny, you could even, if you wanted to be kind of a bit dynamic kind of thing, you could even put Trent out there as well.
no. Go away with Trent. Go away. I'm not worried. No. Trent, I cannot stand. Do you know what? If Mr. B's brother was on here, Stoney, I'd be giving him so much shtick about Trent. It'd be unreal. Seriously. And you know, I know Mr. B's brother, Stoney. He picks that guy up. You know, he puts him on a pedestal. Doesn't he, Mr. B? Not being funny, but
Loves him.
he loves him, exactly. So, no, Trent would not get in this team. But to me, Trent is a bench warmer. You should bring him on in the last 20, maybe 30 minutes of the game. If we're winning, you know, this is where you could jump the side up, the team up in that. But apart from that, Trent does not get on my team. Now, you mentioned about Palmer. Yeah, you can play Palmer there, or you could switch sides with Foden on the right and, you know, and Palmer on the left. And also, saying like what you said as well, Bowen. I'm all for that. This is what this manager Gareth Southgate should be looking at. He should be looking at now where he can change the teams into the right position, getting that balanced level. You know, because there's no balance, there's no flair, and also there's no chemistry in that England team so far. He's got to sort that out.
I think Henry summed it up for you anyway. Oh dear God, help Arsenal. Get the shit out of the club, fans included. For fuck's sake, deluded. Yep, we already know that about Arsenal people anyway.
Right, out the door you go, Anthony.
Yes.
Play yourself out.
Hang on, I praised up meaning shit. Yeah, the shit incident. No, I'm not literally. He was dire. He was terrible.
Don't worry about it. Rashford, he's already got Arsenal shirt wearing Marcus Rashford pinned up on his bedroom wall.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, Rashford. I'm glad he's not gone. In all fairness, don't get me wrong. I mean, Rashford was a good player, but I mean, obviously, last season his form dipped. This is why people. I still hear fans saying, "Well, why not Rashford?" God, well, look at what he was like last season. Look at what Jack Grealish was like last season for Man City. Jack Grealish had a terrible season last season. You know, I mean, I understand it. If you're a top player and you're in a team that's winning trophies, but if you haven't already featured or contributed towards that because you had a poor season, you're going to find it hard when the campaigns like the Euros and the World Cup comes up. You might not be selected. So that I do get.
Good evening, gentlemen. Early Doors Football's TV gay porn star Tash. How are we keeping well?
Well, you see, you've gone from a porn star Tash to the ex-Man United assistant manager, Mike Phelan. Look at him, Mr. Big.
The straw chewing alcoholic. I drive a tractor, ladies.
I'm not an alcoholic. I wish. Well, Southgate's getting me that way. I will tell you. You know, I got the beer here, but
yeah. Look. Even Arsenal Manic saying Anthony Palmer did more in the first 2 minutes that he came on than our star boy did the previous 60+ minutes. I'm sorry to say, I couldn't fall last time.
Yeah.
Southgate has a lot to consider personal-wise versus he has, but the problem is there, Lone Star. He's got to pick it. He's got to pick the right players. Everyone knows what the formation the players should be, but this man is not seeing that at all.
Yeah,
same team. He's only going to make the change that he's forced. Yeah, it will be obviously, and that's because he's forced to make it. Now
left back. Yeah.
No, it's not left back. It's Gueye. It's suspended, isn't he?
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It depends if Trippier. Depends how bad the injury is for Trippier as well.
Well, yeah, that's true. But
he got clattered, didn't he? He got clattered into that knee.
I personally think Southgate knows what he's got to do, but and I am going to say it now, it's having the balls to do it. That's the problem. If it was me, I would just do it.
That comment there, Anthony.
Gary Neville said it was Queen. Trent wasn't playing that fight night. No, I know he wasn't playing. No, but I mean, I hear what Gary Neville was saying at half time. And to be honest with you, Gary Neville, he does get everything right in my opinion, and he's the next player. So let's be honest.
True.
The only people that stood up for me, well, I agreed with what Roy Keane said and Ian Wright, because Ian Wright even questioned Gary Neville, saying well, all this passing football, this, that, and the players we got playing for England. He said, "I'm not just seeing it." He said, "I'm not seeing it at all." And Ian Wright was right to say that.
Yeah. Just to say that, Henry, I've got an itch, Tony. There's a cream for that, Henry. Go to Boots or any good chemist, they'll help you out. Just to let you know that Rice was our best player. Yeah, because I think Rice got man of the match. Is that correct? I think he got man of the match.
Did he get man of the match today?
I think he got man of the match today, yeah.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Meaning. I'll say it now. Mainey could have got man of the match. He was the best player on the pitch in that 90 minutes.
It's not in PR's good graces though. It'll look good for the pictures, but then the media, every small chance they get, they'll be onto him.
Just only a Drew. Big up Drew Gunners. Big up early doors in the panel. Hope you're all well, lads. Yeah, doing well, mate. Hope you are as well. Good seeing you.
Big up Drew. And
he's saying there, you need to be on your toes next week, or the Swiss will run rings around England. There's no two ways about it. Arsenal Max saying, Tony, did you expect us to push on in extra time and play on the front foot? I did. As soon as Kane scored, we went ultra negative again, and they almost equalised. And I think that was a worrying thing about it. We didn't have no composure. I think we was very unsettled, even though we was 2-1 up. Players looking at each other, pointing fingers. Yeah, it don't look good.
I heard, right, that Gareth Southgate at the full-time whistle was desperate to go to penalties. And when Kane put the ball into the goal for the second, he was absolutely livid. He was so fucking mad. He was just like, why the fuck would you score a goal? We need to draw. We need to push this to penalties. So, yeah. That's,
Bellingham was anonymous all match, but let's be real. One individual moment of brilliance saved Southgate's bacon. He's uber lucky. And this is the thing, isn't it? Because I think if you look at it, at some point, your luck runs out.
Well, they played 4 games. Played 4 games and played shit. And they've won. And they've managed to get through. I mean, they haven't lost a game, have they?
No.
So, you know, sometimes it's better to have a lucky manager than a good manager, they say. So we'll see.
Yeah. Time will tell. 50 minutes to go for Spain, we're saying. Drew Gunners, got some all right players for this team with Switzerland. Yeah. Fuzzy's great friend.
Oh my God, look at that picture. That is so dodgy. Oh my God. Jesus.
Slovakia. Saved by the Bell. Yeah. Remember that kids' program? Yeah, now.
Saved by the Bell. Yeah. But,
yeah. I don't know. The worst part about it is the aftermatch speak, for the players and the manager, and we haven't heard anything from Southgate yet. But I'm dreading what he's going to be saying about how today's game was.
Oh, he's a prick. Oh, honestly, seriously, I said about it on the Man United agenda. That guy. You do not get a guy, that's got a massive snake. Like you say it's like a schnoz right there, and he cannot see the game. This guy is absolutely. He is clueless as a manager, absolutely clueless. And it won't surprise me he'd turn around and say, oh, well, yeah, I knew they were going to do it. Jude Bellingham, come on. I mean, this scored 25 goals or plus, for Real Madrid last season. He was the first one I knew was going to score a goal. Bullshit. I mean, you were piss poor in putting your substitutions on so late into the game. And, this is what riles me with this manager. It's exactly the same as Mikel Arteta. I'm going to be saying this when this season starts as well. So I'm going to be riled on that. And in all fairness, it's like what I said. I just feel like this manager now, Gareth Southgate, he should be gone. I'm not worried if this manager the next manager is, you know, if he's English or if it's a manager that comes from abroad and he knows what he's doing and that can actually win us a competition. I mean, I look at it, this England team, that the only chance that we've got winning a trophy with this England team, in all fairness to me, it looks like it'd be a Euros first before a World Cup. That's what it looks like to me. So, in all fairness, we need to bring that right manager in, the right manager that's got balls that actually change this team around. I mean, you're looking at a team of world-class players, but sometimes it doesn't mix, it doesn't gel, and we've been saying this since day one from this. When England first kicked the ball in this competition. So you need to get that balance right. When you've got balance, you've got consistency, and also you've got chemistry in the squad and a style of play. That's your 4 things that you need in this team. And at the minute, we haven't got that. If it means dropping someone like a Foden and bringing in Anthony Gordon, with a Watkins in the Saka or a Palmer maybe on the right, just even it out a bit. You've got more attacking. If that gives us a more attacking opportunity and threat, for taking shots on goal, I'm all for that. At the minute, I think if I can gather the shots that we've had on goal, I mean, I haven't looked at any stats today. It won't surprise me if we including the extra time period as well. I think we only had about 8 shots on goal that I've counted.
Well, no, apparently, if you look at that may be in the extra time, because in the whole 90 minutes, we had 0 shots on target.
Yeah. So there you go. This
0
is what
shots.
I'm saying. The balance in chemistry is not there. You've got to sort that balance of the team out. And Gareth Southgate should know this going into Switzerland, because I'll tell you what, this is going to be a hard game against Switzerland. Definitely.
Just to let you know, Spain's just gone 3-1 up.
Have they? I don't understand. I'm
Nico Williams making a great solo goal.
I'm so confused. I don't. Maybe my feed is a long way behind them. I just saw a goal get disallowed.
Yeah, that one got disallowed, and then also shortly afterwards.
Oh shit! Yes, it's coming in now. Yeah, I can see it's coming up on my screen now.
This is Southgate is the highest paid manager at the Euros. Highest paid manager at the Euros.
He must be one of the highest paid managers, international managers. No, forget about Euros. Who's going to be in the world? Who's going to be paid more than him?
Arteta.
Well, yeah, it surprised me. Arteta at the minute is on 8 million. If he signs a contract, it's going to take him up to around about £13 million a year. So.
Good morning, James Lamprey. Hope you're doing well. Good evening, fellas. Just joined a bit earlier here in Australia, 6 a.m. in the morning. Big up to you, man. Big up, bro.
Big up.
Drew Jones, full crook. He's obviously saying a word there, my cunt. 3-1. Tony's shaven beard could manage better than Southgate. Yep, he's still sitting on the floor over there. I can actually get it to do better than him. Austria, I'll say to get to the final from England's half of the draw. Around Spain. Spain's. This is. I mean, for me, I think Spain possibly. I think I said this earlier before. I think Spain is the one that's probably going to win this tournament.
Well, he would, because he's Spanish and he can attack. But get off the show.
Game over for Georgia. 3-1 play football. The way English fans wish England played. Constant flowing, fluid pass, and moved football. Absolutely, we're great with that. Spain, lovely goal on the counter. It definitely was. So it's looking like Spain in the next round for us. Oof. Yeah, true, James. Yeah, the chemistry isn't there for England.
Yeah, no, it's not Spain in the next round. It's Switzerland. I've got the shot.
Southgate has the nose for victory.
The nose for victory. God blimey.
He can't smell the shit on the pitch.
He blew that in the last Euros.
Arteta has piles of money.
Oh God.
Williams for LFC, who says no. Ooh.
But he does have piles as well.
Got to pay big money though, Henry, if that's the case. Spain won't beat France. I don't know. France look good.
France look not good at all.
No, that's
I don't know. I don't think France has been brilliant at all.
No.
You know, the players that they've got quality in their team, but you know, it's seen differently on the pitch. You know, so I don't think they have got the quality. I do think they'll get to the most probably reach maximum semi-finals. But listen, I still think the final is going to be Germany and Spain. I really do.
I mean, BVB David's saying here, you know, France, Portugal, player-wise, may win it, or Spain with their style of play. Or should have been four then. Arsenal, mate, are you Arteta fan or Arsenal fan? Bizarre comments, Lonely Star makes. He's a bit of both.
Arsenal fan. Arsenal. Nobody, even the manager, I don't care what you say, even the manager
You
at
got BX
Arsenal are better. He is no bigger than the club. Because he hasn't won anything. This is what I keep saying about Arsenal fans. Oh yeah, but he's doing things. Yeah, but we bottled it, not last season, the season before, but the season just gone, he ballsed up against that team against Villa. He changed the side around completely. And that's why if we would have won against Aston Villa, it would have been us lifting up the Premier League. This is what I don't understand, because after the Arsenal fan base is deluded, and I'm not one of them. I'm trying to educate the deluded. You know this thing. And
I know. I'm just amazed that Mr. Beast kept a straight face when you said that. That's what I'm quite amazed about.
I leave it. Everything always comes back to Arteta. A bird shits in the sky and falls in the field. Yeah, Arteta made him do it. There's a car crash in the middle of Bristol. Oh, it's Arteta's fault. I just love it.
And just to let you know, Mr. B, Wurzel Herbert, that's Anthony's cousin.
No, it's not. It's not. I don't know who makes this up. Fucking world of dummage.
Well, you can tell they are cousins. I mean, look at the size of the nose.
He's fucking nuts. Look. I mean, we're used to it, us three. He fucking loves it, Mr. B. Yeah, you do, don't you? Yeah. Look at him.
Yeah, not say the word. I just sit here listening to you getting abuse, and you know that makes my day, bro.
You love it. You love me getting abuse and me going on a rant. That's the only thing that you bring back. The Friday night takeaway on the Man United agenda. Come on, Mr. B, you've got to.
It's peeing down a reindeer as well in this game. Just realised it's actually peeing down.
Friday night takeaway.
Yeah, it's a good show. Yeah,
we might do that actually. Get you swearing.
James is saying Arteta highest paid manager for waffle and hype. 100% on that. Arteta can smell as a pay rise. Yep, definitely. I'm just laughing at that. Arteta for president.
Oh my god, what are these? Who's that Lindstone?
Cow shit. Cow shit and shit your West Country football teams. Oof, dear. Well, Spain are doing well then. Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, you see that, whoever said that, but our team actually knocked out West Ham. Bristol City knocked out West Ham in the FA Cup last season. And going back a few seasons before that, we knocked out Man United in the Carabao Cup when they had Mourinho was in charge. They had Zlatan up front. They had all 11.
Win a trophy. Win a trophy. Then, Anthony, win a trophy. Then talk to me, man.
Well,
come on now. Yeah, I'm better off talking to West Ham. At least they won one this season before.
No, Mr.
Yours
B,
is a long
drink it in.
way away.
Listen. Bristol City bought the best striker, that went on to Newcastle, Man United. Andy Cole. He's in the heart. Andy Cole. That Mr. B is so.
You know, I only talk to winners, don't you?
Oh yeah, we talk to winners, but we actually produced that winner, Andy Cole. Do you know what I mean? So it's like.
I get it, but you know, there's a lot of things people produce that. Oh look, winners! There you go again. See,
that glorified dinner plate.
Oh fuck the dinner plate! I want a bit of turkey or chicken on that plate. Fucking hell, that means nothing to me. Jesus, and that what Tony's got. I ain't got my glasses on. I always say the same again. Does that say winners or wankers? I can't. Oh, there it is. You're wankers down here and in here as well.
See, it just shows what the beer goggles you've got on at the moment.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, Bristol Rovers tractor supporter Anthony. Still shit. I love it. But we never do that, Henry. We never do that at all.
Shit. Big up, Emery. I know you're joking.
Mr. B, James is asking you, would you have Arteta at Man United?
Not a chance.
Of course he would.
Same for you as
He
well,
loves
Fuzzy.
him.
Not a chance. I'm
He loves him.
so happy with who we've got. Arteta just talks a lot. No, thank
Yeah,
you.
but
I want
you
a
think of
manager
it.
who wins stuff. Even in our shittiest season, we still win a trophy. So no,
Exactly.
I'll stick with what we've got, mate.
Mr.
Your
B,
best trophy, you win
Tim
nothing.
Bag, Tim Bob, he's took you to 3 finals and you've won 2 trophies under Tim Bob. Seriously, he is worth 10 Bob. And if you can get that for 10 Bob, 2 trophies in 2 seasons, listen, yeah, I agree with you, Mr. B.
I was going to say, Anthony, and that if I grow my beard back and that, I can have me picture on the back of the wall with Mr. B like it normally is there. Why you got a picture of me on your back of your wall there, Mr. B? I know
Winners.
you like me, but you know, well,
Winners.
of course.
There you go. There you go. Nothing.
No.
It's all about this, and all about this, and
You know, we're very modest as type of people like this. We're very modest.
Old is best.
Well, I got stacks of hair, like sort of thing. But I tell you what, that's what you got to get being a West Ham fan and a Man United fan. Fuzzy, you're starting to recede, aren't you? Now, I mean, but you're a league developer coming into the Man United.
But you see, it's because I'm transitioning into success. You're holding on to mediocrity.
Yeah. Cheers, Fuzzy. Yeah, cheers, Fuzz. Cheers. I mean, if you grew a goatee back, I mean, Tim, I mean, it won't be Ten Hag. That'd be Rafael Benitez. You know.
I'll model myself on him. Look, I've even got to get that shine on the head like he's got as well in the picture. I've got to make sure of that.
We all know that's baby oil. That's baby oil. Not having it.
What Tony is right now is Arnie Slot.
Arnie Slot, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, well, Buzz.
Aces is saying, Anthony going to see Wayne Rooney, Plymouth Argyle versus Bristol Rovers.
No, they're not in my league.
Can Ten Hag fix the Old Trafford roof?
No, I got the job
Give him
down.
a spanner.
no.
Give him a spanner and a long ladder.
All I will say to that is I'd rather we spent the players and spent the money on players and left the hole in the roof. To be fair, I don't care.
Well, no, I put a quote in Mr. B. Is a 15-year process to fix the roof at Old Trafford. But listen, I'm quitting for that job. You know.
Don't talk about processes. Don't talk about process. You know nothing about processes. Yeah.
Trust the process, Mr. B, as they say.
Your whole club is a pros.
1st of July tomorrow soon, and very soon pre-season. Yeah, it's all going to start. Yeah. Most of us off to America by the looks of it, unless Ten Hag knows how to win. This is true, James. Yeah. Ace is commentating on Sheffield Wednesday versus Plymouth on the channel next season. Yeah. Live commentary scheduled for next season. Yeah, we're going to get that. They're moving to Carrington Ground. Oh, geez. Where the ladies play. Yeah. As Lone Star said, Arteta, trust the process. It's all about the foundations, Anthony. The foundations.
Listen, the only thing that's a process is a tin of peas. We know that. It's processed peas. There ain't a process for right football. That is absolute rubbish. It's ludicrous. I hate that word process. Ever since Mikel Arteta has booked that word and trust the process, get it out, because there ain't a process in football.
Independence Day coming up, 4th of July.
Is the first time.
Maybe that's when you're going to sign some players finally.
Oh, you know, well, we hope so.
Fuzzy was fishing in English Channel this afternoon. He still didn't miss the show. That's dedication. Didn't even get time to clothes to get changed, basically.
Yeah, I just trudged in.
Yeah, let's see. Even BVB David saying to Anthony, it's a Premier League thing.
It is, DVB. Yeah.
4th is a trophy, Anthony. Never forget.
No, I know. Here's Forrest Gump.
Oh, Anthony, you sour bitch. I love it.
Oh, election day as well. Yeah, look. Jesus.
Oh, bollocks to that.
Bristol Derby on soon, Anthony will be wearing Rovers jersey and scarf.
Oh, no, it's red. red. Bristol's red, London's red, Manchester is blue. Just remember.
Manchester is blue.
Next season it will be blue. Blue with the away kits.
BX Gunner saying, yeah, and probably a good comment. You know, Arteta, love him or hate him, has made us respectable again. He's, you know, you're playing some decent football. I think we've all alluded. You just need a couple of players to kind of get it over the line.
Well,
you know, this is the question. I think we'll throw it to the chat and obviously to use it in the panel here and there. Are you going to do it next season, this new season? Do you think you've got to actually win the league?
No, we're not.
Mr.
Arsenal
B,
will not win the
would you
league.
say yes or no to that?
They ain't winning shit. They ain't winning shit. I don't care. They don't have it in them. They want to be close. They want to have no pressure because as soon as the pressure touches them, they fuck it up. So no, they're not winning nothing.
I'll talk Anthony's love language. Arteta will do it next year. He'll do it. He'll get it across the line. He'll win the Premier League. Eddie Nketiah, Premier League top goal scorer. You name it.
Zinchenko. If he does, I'll come in a jiffy. Seriously. There's no chance I can do it. There's no chance I can do that at all.
Is that coming in a jiffy bag?
Exactly, Mr. B. Yeah.
I was going to say, if Miss Herbert is around, we'll have to ask that question to her, see what the answer we get.
Oh, no, she'll say no. She'll say no. Seriously. She'll say no.
Yeah,
I don't know.
just say there's mist in the air that evaporates. Aces, United protesters outside Mega Store tomorrow morning for home run kit launch.
Probably
so
not.
Ace is saying 5 in a row for City.
I haven't had anything.
If we sign Victor, yes.
De Bruyne's gone. They're in trouble next year.
Arsenal more than capable of winning the league. They are capable of winning the league. It's the fact of can they do it? That's the biggest thing.
No, we won't. Not under this manager. Not under Mikel Arteta. No, we won't do it.
See, Pepsi's saying though, if you sign Victor Osimhen, then there's a chance you're going to get the goals. But I'm sure I heard that you're quite happy with still not signing a striker, which is quite worrying, really, in that respect.
I don't think we'll get one thing. I think he's got all faith in Kai Havertz. This is what I personally think for next season. Seriously, I reckon the only thing he most probably improve is we've already got a dog, so the more likely we're most probably by the end of next week we'll most probably sign a fucking goldfish. That's the only thing that we'll most probably get.
Well, you got Peter Ridsdale joining the board. He loved the goldfish. Peter Ridsdale, he loved the goldfish, didn't he?
Oh,
Did he? The old Leeds chairman. Yeah, spent fortunes on this, before they got relegated.
I didn't know. Going back to the England game, I didn't realise that on the board we had Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank.
Yeah.
I didn't realise we had him. I was thinking, bloody hell. And when we scored, he got up and he started cheering as well, didn't he? I was like, bloody hell, well done, Jimmy. I was going to say, get Kane off and bring fucking Jimmy on. Because I tell you what, he'd have got us a goal, wouldn't he? Hasselbank.
Yeah, it's true.
You just call him a Hasselbank.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, God.
He's driving tractor on the motorway. What's this here?
Bubblegum strength is getting going to your head first. That's what they're doing.
Arsenal Manic says we used to win the FA Cup virtually every season. We longer competed in that either. Still think France will win the Euros. It's going to be interesting. I think it will be interesting. Relax, Cobra Kai.
Oh my God!
Only changes Arteta has of winning a trophy is Emirates Cup in August. Yeah, your own cup.
I swear to God,
exactly.
Half of these people are going to hell. I swear to God.
I mean, he can't spot talent, that guy. He buys it. He buys the talent in, and then we end up selling them we buy him in for like 80 million, and we sell them for 3 million. I mean, what good's that?
True. I know. Pepsi saying Man United buying fish for their aquarium inside Old Trafford.
Hey, Mr.
I'm
B,
going there
did you
for my
see that?
swimming
Did you see
lessons.
that video of that guy, that Man United fan, on his way to Old Trafford? He had the snorkels on, the flippers. He was walking down past Old Trafford, past the stadium, and he's going like
Yes,
this on the street.
I saw it. I saw it, Anthony. I saw it. I saw it.
Oh, man. There's a question here for you,
Wow.
Anthony, from
What's that?
James. Again, question for Anthony. If you sell Nketiah and Jesus, who will score the goals from you apart from giving Havertz pity penalties?
Well, Kai Havertz will score, Saka will score, and I'll be honest with you, it'd be Trossard as well. So Trossard can step up and score a few goals. Personally, last season, me and Jez have both said it. We think Martinelli is a good player, but last season it feels like he's lost that yard of pace. You know, to get that extra, to get that ball in the box, and obviously into the net as well. So, in all fairness, Martinelli didn't have really a good season last season. So I think it would be Trossard, Saka, and obviously he's put it there as well, and Kai Havertz either scoring penalties or certain goals. So, but he causes the problem. It's like what I said on the Man United agenda. You know, Germany's got their own way of playing with Kai Havertz with Arsenal. You know, causing problems in the 18-yard box, which he does literally split up that defence. We've seen it roughly, you know, in that team with, you know, against Denmark, even though we scored the penalty, but that was how Germany scores their goals, and they go on to the next stage and they win games through that. So they've got a strategy there. Unfortunately, with England, we've got top quality players there, but we haven't got that strategy at the minute.
No, it's true. That's true. Anyway, guys, we're going to be wrapping up in a minute because obviously with Mr. B's got to sort some business out ready for the stream for later, 10:15. So we're just going to just say the last comments, and then while we're doing that, Mr. B, would like to shout your channel out, please.
It's the Man United agenda. To be honest, I'm not sure any of you are really going to be interested if you're here with supporting Anthony and that. But obviously, when West Ham play us or Arsenal play us, you're more than welcome to tune in and see what a winning channel feels like when we play them.
Good job I didn't have a mic up here, then it would have been screwed.
Get the same guys to come on my channel too.
Brilliant. Fuzzy Gump, if you'd like to shout your channel out, please, and what you've got coming up as well.
So find me on the Vietnam channel. You'll find me in the Hoppers 44. I'll be doing.
You're shrimping, dude.
Yeah, my shrimp ship. You find me doing some vids for transfer stuff. Of course, we're closer to the signing of Xerxes, a big Dutch revolution. I mean, Jesus Christ! Like, we've got Ruud van Nistelrooy coming in as coach. You've got Rene Hake coming in as a coach. You've got De Ligt linked to centre back, and so you've got Xerxes linked for a striker. So it's all going Dutch at the moment. Agate's probably feeling a bit like an imposter at the moment, being the only person linked to United that isn't Dutch. So, but yeah, it should be interesting. 1st of July hits. Let's see what happens. Lots of business being penned in for that day.
Brilliant.
And Mr. B doesn't rate one of them.
Just got to. Apparently, James is saying there was a petition out by the German supporters to not play Havertz. Wow, that tells you straight away. Anthony, what you got coming up, mate?
Well, we're going to be going on the Man United agenda next, on the next show, and we got our show on the Wednesday, the good, the bad, and the ugly, where we're going to be doing a quiz. I believe it's me against Fuzzy. Fuzzy, you're going to get your ass kicked. I'm going to be coming at you at all angles, mate. Sorry,
You're going to be what?
There's no way I'm losing to Fuzzy Gump. I am sorry. No, I'm not having it. And if I do, you would not see me then until the start of the next season. So that's that. And make sure you like and subscribe to everybody's channels here. To obviously Early Doors Football TV, Fuzzy Gump. Next show he's going to be streaming from is his Bug Gump Shrimp Soup. And also the Man United agenda, where you can see Mr. B.
Calling me Trevor Nelson.
And thanks to the people for tuning in. Thanks for the comments.
Yeah, absolutely. People in the chat, thank you very much as always. We love your comments. Some really good stuff going on there. What's this one here? Mr. B looks like a very famous actor. Can't put my finger on it.
That's fine. Don't worry.
Is that Louis Gossett Jr.? Is it the one? I don't know. It could be that. I don't know. We'll see. If Anthony loses, he has to. Oh yeah, look at that. Aces is saying if Anthony loses, he has to get Bristol Rovers tattoo done.
Fuck off. There's no way that I did not get a Bristol Rovers tattoo on my. No way.
We can Arsenal will slap Palace, West Ham, and Chelsea by 7 next season. We will see. We will see. The guy in EastEnders.
I don't watch EastEnders. I don't watch EastEnders.
Unless he's on about the what's his name now? He used to be in Love Thy Neighbour. Unless he means that, I don't know. Morgan Freeman.
Oh Jesus Christ! I don't look like fucking Morgan bloody Freeman. Fucking hell!
That's just lazy. That's just lazy comparison.
He is kidding though. He is kidding. He's saying he's kidding. Morgan Freeman. Jesus Christ.
Thanks.
So people in the chat, thank you very much for that. Yeah, if you want to look for the Man United agenda at 10:15, we'll be going on me and Anthony and maybe Fuzzy as well, going on to Mr. B's channel to go over the England game yet again. And then on Wednesday, it's the Good, Bad and the Ugly, episode 24, our penultimate episode, where we will be doing a quiz. So if anyone in the chat feels like they want to join in with that, please let us know and we will get your names added to it and see if Anthony can win this competition or not, because we want to see that tattoo on his backside.
Oh, no, that ain't happening. I am winning this competition. I'll tell you what, Mr. B loves a bloody good quiz as well. You know, he seems to you know what? The Man United agenda, he's the brains behind the organisation. Don't get fooled by the glasses, people. I'm telling you now.
Good night, lifestyle. Thanks for coming on, mate.
You're an idiot. You know that, yeah? You're an idiot.
I'll see that Mr. B. He loves it.
Even look, at least you're a famous actor, Mr. B, and that I look like a young Phil Mitchell, by all accounts. You know,
that's all right. It's the old Phil Mitchell you got a trouble if they tell you that you look like you're right. Phil Mitchell used to get a little bit of poontang. I'm sure you'd be all right.
No, he doesn't. Yeah. All Tony needs is a woolly hat on, and people will be mistaking him from what's it called? Where's Wally? Do you remember the
Pepsi is going to be on the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly on Wednesday evening. We'll be doing that. We haven't got lost, Tony, like Arsenal's trophies. You're much better looking. I'm being silly. Don't be silly. Take care, lads. And basically, we are nearly out from. So good night. God bless. And we'll see you later on. Take care, everyone.
Southgate out.